Sam Cooke. In the 1950s and 60s, this suave singer-songwriter soared up the music charts with hits such as You Send Me, Chain Gang, and Twisting the Night Away. Cooke's unique, soulful voice always delighted his friends and fans. The fact that Sam Cooke was loved and admired by almost everyone who knew him made the bizarre circumstances of his death particularly shocking. On December 11, 1964, the 33-year-old pop singer was shot dead in a sleazy motel in South Central Los Angeles.
He was a brilliant talent, a really smart businessman, a really handsome man, and he screwed it all up over sex.
On this episode of Mysteries and Scandals, we'll reveal a side of Sam Cooke that few people ever witnessed.
Sam had a couple of personalities. Sam got angry, he blew.
And we'll examine the forgotten clues and radical theories that may explain what really happened that fatal winter night.
As far as mysteries go, this death was definitely a setup.
Muhammad Ali made a statement, you know, he was a good friend of Sam's. If that was Paul McCartney who was killed, they'd be investigating it.
I'm A.J. Benza. Join me as we explore the charmed life and chilling death of music legend Sam Cooke. In the early morning hours of December 11, 1964, officers with the LAPD arrived at a seedy $3 a night motel called the Hacienda. A black man wearing only an overcoat and one shoe was dead on the floor of the motel manager's room. A .22 caliber bullet had been fired straight through his heart. It took about 12 hours before police realized that the victim was 33-year-old pop and R&B singer Sam Cooke. How Cooke wound up at this grisly scene remains a mystery today. Laurie Jacobson is the author of Haunted Hollywood.
Was this success gone to the head of a young man? It was so shocking that he died in this fashion.
Sam Cooke was born in Clarksdale, Mississippi on January 22, 1931. He was the fourth child of Reverend Charlie Cooke and his devoted wife, Annie Mae. During the Great Depression, the preacher moved his family north to Chicago, Illinois. Lee Bay is a writer for the Chicago Sun-Times.
He comes up to the big city during the Great Migration, just like my parents did. My father was friends with Sam Cooke. They grew up together on the same block.
Sam Cooke's manager, Jess Rand.
Sam's family had tremendous religious roots. And I know he had this love for his father and mother and his family.
As early as age 5, Sam was singing in the choir of his father's church.
As a child, he could understand that the power of his voice, that could have an effect on people.
As a young man, Sam was a featured vocalist in several local gospel groups. In 1950, the 19-year-old singer became the star attraction of America's foremost gospel quartet, the Soul Stirrers. Singer Billy Vera.
Part of what made him popular, which is ironic because he was singing in churches, was his sex appeal. So the Soul Stirrers started to notice that suddenly they get a lot of teenage girls and they were reacting in a way that was not exactly religious.
Girls were screaming, swooning, and rushing to the front of the church to get close to Sam. In 1953, at least one fan caught the attention of 22-year-old Sam, a 23-year-old singer named Dolores Mohawk. Sam and Dolores dated just 1 month before they married.
They were in love with each other, but they fought.
The marriage eventually ended in divorce. Sam's career was much smoother than his personal life, and after 7 years with the Soul Stirrers, the talented 26-year-old left the gospel group and branched out into pop music. Larry Auerbach was Sam's agent.
The first club he played was a club in Brooklyn, New York called the Elegant, which was a tryout area for a lot of performers, right next to a cemetery, I'll never forget. So if you died there, you didn't have too far to go.
Luckily, Sam survived his solo debut, and in 1957 he released the hit single You Send Me. Renowned radio personality Casey Kasem remembers the tune's mass appeal.
You Send Me sold 1,700,000 copies, and of course it still sells today. It was a legitimate smash, went to #1.
Rock and roll historian Steve Probst.
It was more than just a record, it was a phenomenon. You know, it was really sort of summed up the pop teen sound on vinyl.
In 1958, the 27-year-old crooner joined host Steve Allen on his popular television variety show.
We always tended to resist the booking of people who were just hot and not good.
Really good, Sam, and I want sincerely to congratulate you on your hit recording, and I'm very pleased to be able to present you at this time with something I know that all performers like to have. It's a gold record commemorating the million record sale of your big hit, You Send Me, and here it is.
Thank you, Steve, and I'd like to thank you.
You Send Me was just the beginning. In the next 7 years, Cooke released dozens of hits, including Wonderful World, Another Saturday Night, and For Sentimental Reasons.
He could lay these records down in one take. The professionalism is just incredible.
You heard one note on the radio, and you said, the Sam Cooke record.
Although Sam's music was universally appreciated, Sam himself wasn't always accepted because of the color of his skin.
Black performers were playing major white clubs and not allowed to even stay in the dressing rooms of some of these clubs.
Dr. Mabel John was a fellow performer and friend to Sam Cooke.
During that time, it wasn't fashionable nor legal for blacks and white to just mix together.
And in those days, very few black artists could cross over into the white market. But here was son of a minister, come out of gospel music. He had all the right credentials to maybe make the crossover.
He was a man with a lot of character, and he had style. He was classy and talented. And when he walked on stage, he was a perfect gentleman, but he was also a gentleman when he walked off.
On stage and off, Gentleman Sam Cooke was a hit with the ladies.
You want to talk about having charisma. Women would be screaming all over the place, Sam, I love you, running up to the stage.
Some of the places did have an ambulance out there waiting because they know somebody's going to faint.
Singer Lonnie Brooks was Sam's friend and former guitar player. They met by chance in the middle of a stampede.
Sam came out of the stage and girls was after him, and he ran in the limo and he didn't lock the door, and so the girls stopped running in trying to grab him, so he went out the other side of the limo and he ran through the gate and asked me, can he share the cab? I said, sure, you know, and he got in. I was really too scared to say anything to the guy, because to me he was like a king or something, you know.
In 1959, the 28-year-old king took a new queen, Sam's childhood sweetheart, Barbara Campbell.
I don't know whether he was 100% happy with her. Let me put it that way. I don't know if he wanted to get married.
Sam Cooke's personal friend and business associate, Zelda Sands.
Sam hurt her because he was running around, and she'd like to get even. One time I remember I was sitting there for dinner, Barbara, Sam, the kids, and then she just jumped up and said, well, I've got a date, and she left. And there I am with her husband and kids.
He had 3 children, Linda, Vincent, and Tracy, and Vincent, was, of course, was the only son, and he was the son who drowned.
The kid fell in a pool, drowned, and I think that just, it took a piece away from Sam Cooke that could never be replaced. And he threw himself into his work. He drank a little more, he ran a little more, he partied much more.
But before Sam knew it, the party was over. After the break, we'll examine the last day of Sam's life. Was his death an accident, the result of some sinister plot, or was someone justified in killing Sam Cooke? By the end of 1964, singer-songwriter Sam Cooke was the king of gospel, R&B, and pop music. 33-year-old Sam was rich, respected, and always ready for a good time. But in the wee hours of December 11, 1964, Sam's luck tragically failed him. Jess Rand saw Sam Cooke on December 10th, the day before his death.
My office was in Beverly Hills, and he wanted to get a lot of his Christmas shopping done because he was going to be on the road.
Rand cashed a check for Cooke in the amount of $5,000.
He went down to Martoni's which was a big place in Hollywood where the whole record crew used to hang out.
He sees some other friends in a booth near his, and there is a young woman sitting with these men, and he finds her attractive, and he goes over to say hello to his friends, and this young lady was introduced to him as Lisa Boyer. Sam takes a liking to Lisa, and he invites her to join him for the rest of the evening. Instead of Sam Cooke driving Lisa Boyer back to her hotel in Hollywood, he took her to the Hacienda Motel in not such a great neighborhood.
At approximately 2:30 a.m. on December 11th, Sam Cooke and Lisa Boyer checked into the Hacienda Motel.
The manager of the motel, Bertha Lee Franklin, later testified that she did not see Miss Boyer resist in any way.
They go into the motel. She's there voluntarily. Then, think about this. He starts to get undressed. He goes to the bathroom. She runs out with his clothes, his pants, what have you. Runs to disappear someplace saying he wanted to rape her. What guy says, hey, bitch, you lay down on the bed. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm going to come back and rape you. You know? Stupid.
But that was the story Lisa Boyer told the cops. From a phone booth up the street, she called the police and claimed that she'd been kidnapped. Meanwhile, Sam went looking for his date.
Sam Cooke, wearing a suit jacket, but supposedly nothing else, chases her down and meets the night manager of the motel.
Strangely, the manager, a 55-year-old woman named Bertha Lee Franklin, was on the phone with the motel owner when Sam came banging on her door around 3 a.m.
And the owner of the motel is hearing all of this on the phone, and she later testified to all of this in court. Sam eventually breaks the door down and attacks her.
I just think Sam became unglued.
She managed to crawl over to where she kept a gun, and she shot him.
His last words are supposedly, "Lady, you shot me."
He's clinging to her until finally he let go and bled to death there on the floor of her room.
The police soon arrived on the scene.
They didn't know who he was. They assumed incorrectly that he was just robbing this woman in the middle of the night.
It wasn't until around 6 o'clock that evening that authorities realized the man in the morgue was singer Sam Cooke. Despite the high-profile nature of the case, the police seemed eager to close the investigation.
A guy found dead on the wrong side of the tracks. How hard do we investigate?
Lisa Boyer, Bertha Lee Franklin, and the owner of the motel took lie detector tests, and all were found to be telling the truth.
But were they? For Sam Cooke's family, friends, and fans, this case was far from over. Straight ahead, we'll reveal the surprising findings of Cooke's autopsy. We'll also explore some wild theories about what may have really happened the night shots rang out at the Hacienda Motel. During Sam Cooke's 8 short years as a pop star, 29 of his songs were top 40 hits. But in 1964, in one night, with one bullet, Sam's life was over and his image transformed. The bizarre circumstances of Cooke's death destroyed his reputation. The police report said that the 33-year-old singer was a potential rapist and that he'd attacked the 55-year-old woman who shot him in self-defense. Sam's friends, however, still challenged the details of that tragic night.
I'll never believe the reason that they gave for him getting killed, and I was devastated.
Sam Cooke didn't have to rape any woman. He said because there were too many women who would rape Sam.
It's a story that was met with a measure of doubt, and not just from African Americans, but I think from anyone who knew Sam, that it just didn't ring true.
According to the coroner's report, Sam Cooke had a blood alcohol level of 0.14, nearly double the legal driving limit. Cooke's death was ruled a justifiable homicide.
The coroner's inquest found the hotel manager not guilty of manslaughter, but it overlooks lots of details that were there.
The autopsy also revealed that Sam had a 2-inch bump on the side of his head.
The lump on the head was something more than you would get just by merely falling after being shot.
The motel manager, Bertha Lee Franklin, claimed that after she shot Cooke through the heart, he lunged at her once more. She had 3 bullets left in her .22 caliber pistol, but Franklin testified that she put the gun down and hit Cooke with a wooden stick.
Strange thing is she shot him with a .22. And she had a .32 registered to her name, not a .22.
As far as mysteries go, this death was definitely a setup.
But why would anyone want to set up Sam Cooke?
You had, at the time, in Sam Cooke, an African-American singer who, of course, was one of unusual talent.
And Sam Cooke became one of the first black recording artists to start his own record company.
You look at a guy who had the ability to divorce himself from the record machine and go around the country and put together his own shows. You can imagine that was a very terrifying thing to some people in 1964. Do you do something to pull the plug on this guy as a message to others? It leaves you with a distinct impression that there are some other forces at play here.
There's no hard evidence linking anyone in the record business to the shooter, Bertha Lee Franklin. But another theory is that Sam's date, Lisa Boyer, and Bertha were partners in crime.
The two were in cahoots. I was told that Bertha Franklin was her pimp.
The woman that Sam was with was a hustler. He picked the wrong girl to go with, and they were going to hustle him and rob him.
No one has ever been able to prove that a conspiracy existed between Boyer and Franklin, and no one knows what happened to the $5,000 that Sam had on him that night.
What I think happened, he and that girl went to that motel. I think he was in the bathroom, and he saw her grab that money.
If you buy this scenario, it's possible Cooke may have chased Boyer to the motel manager's office and then figured the manager, Bertha Lee Franklin, was setting him up to be robbed.
And he might have very well taken a swing at that woman. He got so mad. When it came to Sam's money, he was another Sam Cooke. So I'm only putting little things together that could be just the opposite. I don't know. That's just my feeling.
Sam Cooke's death may forever be shrouded in mystery, but there's no question that for so many fans, a hero was lost. Up next, the sad and final farewell for pop sensation Sam Cooke. When 33-year-old Sam Cooke was shot to death in 1964, the world lost a major musical talent. Family, friends, and fans gathered to pay tribute to the fallen idol.
There are actually two funerals, one in Chicago and one in Los Angeles. The funeral in Chicago had 10,000 mourners.
People lined up for maybe a mile. It made me feel so good to see that the people were coming out of respect to see him.
But for those closest to Sam, his funeral buried the hope of ever finding out what really happened to him.
It's one of those chapters in history that it's just unspeakably dark and frustrating that we'll never know the truth, and that people who do know the truth either won't speak or it's to their best ends not to speak.
There's never been closure on this case. Maybe according to the law, a justifiable homicide, but let me tell you, before God, there has never been closure on this case.
Motel manager Bertha Lee Franklin died 18 months after Sam was killed. And Sam's date that night, Lisa Boyer, was involved in another shooting in 1979 and was found guilty of second-degree murder. Despite the sordid details surrounding Sam Cooke's death, the purity of his music still shines through.
The songs, the compositions, the style, the delivery, the relaxed delivery, influenced pop music, black music, rhythm and blues, soul music for decades to come.
Darnell Chavez of the R&B group Solo has been influenced by the musical stylings of his cousin Sam Cooke.
Style of singing of Sam Cooke is basically his phrasing and the soulfulness that he gives when he delivers a song.
The way he sang it was so unique and so individualistic that it would appeal to everybody. I mean, it cut across all lines.
Sam understood the power of music.
When Sam wrote and recorded Change Gonna Come, I think that was his contribution towards the civil rights movement.
Change is Going to Come is a thinly veiled civil rights commentary. For a guy to write a song like this, and it's just incredible, and it speaks to his genius. And I think because his death happened at a time when the nation was at least seen as a little bit more innocent, you get this sort of this bitter feeling of a stolen chance or missed opportunity.
He was developing into a good performer. He had this boyish charm that everybody liked. And I think he would have stayed on top.
If you want to gauge how big a star Sam Cooke was, in the few short years that he was singing popular music, he was one of the first 10 people put into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Sam Cooke was a preacher's son with a taste for booze and bad girls, but he was also a loving father, a smart businessman, and a pioneer of civil rights. And the guy could carry a tune. I'm A.J. Benza. Join me the next time we take a stroll down the flip side of the Walk of Fame.
Thought I was alone, thought I was in need. You've always been right there in my life to see me through. You taught me to love, you taught me to trust, you taught me nothing's impossible. To you, Lord, and to you I sing this praise. Oh yes, I can finally say amen. 'Cause now I understand who I am, and I thank